So we have a 5125R that is having transmission calibration issues. Didn't want to go into gear or whatever. So first thing we're going to do is our fancy controller here. Hit our menu button. And then we're going to use this dial to scroll through to our diagnostics menu and hit our check mark. Now trouble codes, we don't actually have any right now. No codes. So we're going to hit our back button, back, and we're going to go to addresses. Now once in addresses, we're going to press these two buttons for 5 seconds. And you'll see we are now in T, which is technician mode. We're going to scroll down through all our controllers to our PTU. And then hit our check mark. And we're going to scroll to address 161. So we're just rotating through the knob. Yep, loads of fun. We're getting there. Now you could do this through Service Advisor on the laptop, but I have run into issues with that. And so I find it's just easier to use what's equipped with the machine. So we're gonna keep going. 160. Now 161 here, if we click our check mark and we click the check mark again to go to edit, that'll clear out all our calibrations and put the default back in. But that's not what we want to do right now. We want to go to address 160, position sensor calibration, and we're going to click our check mark for edit and start. So we're going to set our lever here to neutral and sensor calibration A, B, C, focus, D, save calibration. So we're going to scroll over to the side and click save. And then we're going to go back one and we're going to go to 150. Now when we do these calibrations, we want to make sure AC is off, blower motor's off. We don't want to operate the loader control here. We don't want to hit the steering wheel or anything. So now we're in 150, trans calibration. And same deal here. We're going to hit our check mark to edit. And then we're going to hit our check mark to start. Purging air. Now if this is going into low idle mode, which would be about 650 RPM, just tap your throttle pedal once. It'll bring it up to 1500 and it'll go to purging air. If it's below that idle point, down at 650, it'll actually tell you check engine messages. Don't think there's a code, don't think there's anything. Just realize that it's not seeing a high enough engine speed. So right now it's purging all the air out of the solenoid valves down underneath our feet. And I don't know that you guys will be able to hear it, but their solenoids are shifting through. And you want to do this on nice level flat ground. You don't want it rolling forward or backwards or anything. And you'll see it's actually put itself into park. Fill kiss up calibration is basically its fluid converter. It's basically torque converter stall, for lack of a better term. And it's watching engine RPM variations as it cycles through everything. And it just shifted another one. And another. And as this is going through, the reason we do this is this has a roadside mower on it, so we want to make sure that's right. You want to calibrate it with whatever weight and equipment is normally going to be operated on the machine to make sure that our super fancy transmission controller here, ABC, CD, BCD range, manual or auto, all that. And shift it again. We see an engine RPM change. And it's figuring out how much it needs to add or subtract to get everything right based off of engine RPM and fluid pressure feedbacks. So we're going. It's getting there. And we should be almost done here. It's doing its final solenoid shifting. Nice thing is, it is a nice backcountry road. Alright, and you guys can fast forward through this part if you want to. Just figured I'd show you the whole process. Real life calibrations. The excitement of being on the road. And it should be pretty freaking close here. Shifting everything down there. There we are, save calibration. So all we need to do there, as it shows us, is just scroll to the right and hit save. That's it. We hit our back, and put it in gear. Oh. Park. Neutral out, forward, and let our clutch out slowly. We got forward. And now we got reverse. Simple as that.